So workout 4 this week is going to be your strength workout. So I'm using cans again, but remember you can use weights, water bottles, absolutely anything in your household that adds a little resistance. For this workout strength, it's going to be a Tabata. Okay, so remember Tabata is 20 seconds on, 10 seconds off, 8 total rounds. I did pair 2 exercises for each Tabata, so you'll end up doing each exercise 4 times. You'll alternate between the first exercise and the second exercise for a total of 8 rounds. So your first set, you're gonna do upright rows and sumo squat pulse. So for upright rows, okay, weights are in front or cans, whatever. You're gonna bring those straight up and then back down. Straight up and then back down. So you're gonna do that for 20 seconds. Okay, the next 20 seconds, you're gonna do a sumo squat pulse. So feet are wide. I'm gonna put my weights in the middle. I'm gonna go down. I'm just gonna pulse at the bottom. Okay, so that's your first Tabata. Again, you're gonna alternate between the first exercise and the second for 8 rounds. Then you'll move on to the next one. Bicep curls and tricep kickbacks. So bicep curls for the first 20 seconds. Okay, arms are coming up and down. Try not to let our arms swing at all. Weights don't swing. Shoulders are back and down. Core is super tight. Work in front of the arm. Okay, and then your next one's gonna be tricep kickbacks. So for these, I'm gonna pull my weights up. I'm gonna keep my upper arm there. I'm not gonna move it. I'm flicking back at the elbow. I'm gonna squeeze every time I go back. Okay, so that's your next two exercises for the next Tabata. Bicep curls, tricep kickbacks. Remember, you're gonna alternate between the two for a total of 8 rounds. Next one, we have rear flies and plank rows. So for rear flies, I'm bent over at the hips. Okay, I stick my chest out. Weights are in the middle. I'm bringing them back and behind. Back and behind. I'll show up front. Okay, back and behind. I'm squeezing my back every time I bring cans, weights, water bottles, whatever you're using, your resistance back. And then the other one we have are going to be plank rows. So I'm going to be down in a plank position, and I'm just going to alternate rowing whatever I'm using for my weights. Okay, so holding that plank position, remember core is super tight, full body movement, so everything, you're squeezing all your muscles, and then you're just alternating, okay, that weight. There are no push-ups or anything involved, okay? So rear flies and plank rows is your next set of 2. Next one, we have step back lunges and shoulder press. So you're gonna alternate your step back lunges. So if I'm here, I'm stepping back and back in. Okay, side view, we're stepping backwards, 90 in the front, 90 in the back, pressing all my weight through my front heel. And then shoulder press. Okay, so I always say ear height is where I begin. I'm gonna press and go back to ears. Press and go back to ears. Okay, so those are your next 2 there. Step back lunges and shoulder press. And then your very last one for today, we're gonna do lateral raises and bent over rows. Lateral raises, remember we can go straight arms or we can go bent arms. Either one works, they're both working your shoulder muscle. Just as a reminder, every time you do a lateral row, you're only going shoulder height and then back down. There's no reason for me to go above shoulder height. Okay, and then I start squeezing things that I shouldn't, my neck gets all stiff. Okay, shoulder height, back down. And then bent over rows. Bent over rows, I'm bent over at the hips. Weights, I always say like palms face each other, and then I'm pulling straight back and in. I always say if your belly button had like a bar coming across it, you're pulling up to hit that bar every time. Okay, bent over, pulling up to hit that bar every time. Okay, so you have a total of 5 Tabatas. So the workout will be about 20 to 24 minutes, depending on how much rest you take in between each Tabata. Remember, there are a lot of free apps out there if you guys want to download some Tabata timer. Otherwise, as long as you have like a running clock, all you have to watch is the 2010, 2010, 2010 to be able to do that. Alrighty, that's workout 4.